That is awesome, Mommy.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, we don't seem to be showing up yet. Can anyone see us live? Yay, there we are. Hello. We're here welcoming everyone who is joining the chat. Go ahead and leave us a message if you see this so we can say hi and see who's joining us right now. We are really excited to have you guys coming from all over the world, and I'm so sorry about our little technical delay there. This is Tanzania, and these things happen a lot, but so far, a lot, as Zawadi would say, but so far, so good. So I am just checking to see who has joined us already. Let's see. Let's see what we've got. We've got 7 people watching us now. Awesome. All right. Hey. Hold on. Let me see those comments. All right. Awesome. Hi, Mom. At least my mom's watching. Hi, Mama. So what do you want to say? Hi, Bibi.
Hi, Bibi. I love you.
Hi, Bibi. We love you. It's a good, appropriate for Mother's Day to have our first viewer be, you know, my mother.
Seriously, is it Mother's Day?
Tomorrow is Mother's Day, yeah, and you
did not tell anyone, of course.
Kid, it's not my job to remind you that it's Mother's Day. It's your job to remember and do something nice for me, right?
I have something special for you anyway.
That's very nice of you, but it's okay either way.
I don't think anybody knows about this except me. We just found out right now.
I think other people know that it's Mother's Day. Does anyone else out there know that it's Mother's Day? Oh, Meshach's there. Meshach, did you know that it's Mother's Day coming up? I bet you did.
Wait, why can't they talk, Mommy?
Well, because they're not. We're on the show. They can come and join in. So that's one of the next things we're going to be talking about. Is as soon as we've got a couple more people on the call, we are going to be putting in a link so that if you would like to join us and shout out something on screen. Oh, hi, Anne-Marie. So nice to see you. So that if you would like to join us and give a shout out or ask a question or come on video, there will be a link in the comments allowing you to do that. And just making sure that everything's all set so that you can join and this can be as interactive and interesting and we can figure out exactly what you want to know and keep you updated on what's been going on here in the Children's Village. Hey, Charles. Nice to see you.
Hi, Charles. Nice to see you.
So we're going to start in a second with a video from just a little snap from the incomparable Mama Pendo, the most incredible woman that I think any of us who have met her, I think would say that she's probably the most amazing woman we've ever met. She's been doing this work. She started when I was 2 weeks old, so she's been doing it for 32 years now, and she is just the most incredible, loving, wonderful human being that I have ever encountered. And that's not just for me, and that's not just for my kids who were adopted from the orphanage. That's also for some of these, that's for hundreds, literally hundreds of children. So let's go ahead and air that clip now if we're ready. Can my host help with that? Yes, maybe.
Mama Pendo, how many children do you think you've taken care of over the years since you began this work? How many altogether? 30 years of work.
More than 300.
At least, right? Yeah. And how many still come to your house every vacation and you've got what, 7, 4, 5, plus the ones you adopted, so you've got
Yeah.
Always extra kids around.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Mama Kwawote.
Yeah.
Mama for everyone. Mama Watoto, exactly.
All right. She is just the heart and soul of everything that we do. And I think those of you that have met her know it. We couldn't be more grateful for what she does for our kids. The next thing that I want to really kind of talk to you about a little bit is, for those who don't know as much about TST, you should know that our primary focus is always really on keeping families together, and on family preservation and reunification when preservation is impossible. So first, I'd like to really highlight some of these. Most of the rest of the show, we're going to talk about the incredible mamas at the Children's Village and what a great job they do with our residential kids. But first, I'd like to highlight some of the incredible mamas and staff that we have working and taking care of children out in the community. So I am going to share my screen. Let's see, let's get this set up. Beautiful. All right. So this is Mama Agape. She is just an incredible woman. She has battled HIV. She's raised a number of children, and she recognized with her youngest daughter that her life was not in a position where she was really able to make a positive environment for Agape. And so for a brief period of time, Agape came to live with us while we worked with her mother, and our amazing outreach team worked with her mom to improve, help her build a business and help her to build a life that would be safer for her daughter. She has been now living back at home for more than 3 years and is healthy and happy and just thriving. And it's such a joy to see. This is the perfect outcome for us. This is one of our Vikoba mamas. We have over 300 in the community who are women, small business entrepreneurs who are working with their children and doing everything that they can to create businesses and grow their businesses. And they work with our business development program, our adult education, and our Vikoba Village Community Banking microfinance co-op. So they get to just really make some incredible progress with their life. It's really exciting to see what can happen. This is Shuja. Some of you might remember a little hero from a few years ago. He's been living at home with his dad and his stepmother, who is incredibly loving and takes such good care of him. And his new baby sister. He has now 2 baby sisters. So one's not quite a baby anymore. But we're really, really excited to see them every time. He looks very solemn in this picture, but he's really a super outgoing and wonderful kid. This is Momma James. She is the aunt of these children. Actually, I believe the great aunt of these children. So the mother passed away, the grandmother passed away. And of course, because this is Tanzania, she took them in because that's what you do here. She's had some incredible success with our outreach business development program. And we're so impressed by the hard work and dedication of the women that we work with. You know, as they say sometimes, I've seen memes that say, you know, if hard work, if success were the inevitable outcome of hard work, every woman in Africa would be a millionaire. And I definitely can't disagree with that. This is sweet Naima. She was at the orphanage when I first came there. She's about the same age as my Zawadi. And she has been living at her home, with her dad at home for a number of years now. He's the sweetest man. He adores her. And he just, after her mom passed away, he wasn't able to keep his job and take care of her. So between the two, we are able to take really great, that she's now home and she's now in a really great place. And again, this is another of our amazing outreach mamas who's still in the process of building a new and stronger and more exciting business to support her family. Filippo, some of you might remember him. Here he is with his BB. Just a reminder that mothers come in all forms. And so while we're focusing on the mamas of the Children's Village today, there's a huge, huge debt of gratitude that we owe to all of these amazing women and men who step up and take care of these children when their mothers can't. That's the end of these guys. So we'd love to, at this point, show you a little bit of a walkthrough tour of the Children's Village, show you what's been going on recently with coronavirus and how we've got stuff set up, and introduce you to a couple of the kids at the same time. So that video should be starting in just a moment. Let's see if it does.
Here we are at Happy Family Children's Village. We are a group of small family-based homes for orphan and vulnerable children, built in honor and loving memory of Amir Vizram, who's the father of the founder of Happy Family Organics, the company that helped us to build this incredible home for all of our children. Right now, with coronavirus happening, we've got a lot of extra precautions in place. We've got these hand sanitizing and hand washing stations everywhere. And with the help of a lot of our incredible donors, we've been able to put in rainwater collection so that the taps never go dry. We're so grateful for your help with that. We're here at the Children's Village in total lockdown. It's very intense, but it's a pretty beautiful place to be stuck if you've got to be here for months at a time. So in order to keep everybody safe here, we've set up hand washing stations everywhere. Nobody is in and out except for my family, and we are also isolated from the broader community. And instead of the usual 40 kids and about 10 staff, we've got about 50 kids and 30 staff all living here right now. So every single nook and cranny is filled. Let's go check out the kids in their homeschool. Here we are outside the Children's Village homeschool, which is set up in what will in future be our preschool buildings. So for now, we've got 8 or 9 grades all squished into our space. We have a couple of outside tents, and then we have some of the middle-aged kids in here. So let's take a peek in quietly, try not to bother them. Hi. Hi, Watoto Wazuri. Yeah. Can you guys say hi to the camera? Say hi, everyone. Hi. Okay. We've had like a 9-month rainy season going here in East Africa. You've probably heard about floods in other countries. We've been pretty lucky so far, but it's definitely getting interesting here. Along the back, you can see we have some areas where the mud has started to go down. We really need to pave this entire area now that we've got the water, the rainwater collection system, which is just down here. We had to remove some of the dirt and earth as well. So again, every day we find some new little project that needs to be done, but that's life with kids. Part of our crazy rainy season, just about a week and a half ago, we had a minor landslide here. Where one of our retaining walls got so wet, the weight behind it got so severe that it came down. We were able to re-secure it in place and put some better supports in, but it's been a crazy year, and we're really grateful for all your support. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job, Safi. Bye.
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 Vanessa. 1, 2, 4, 10. Just skip to 10. 6, 8, 10.
So I want to take this time just to ask anybody who has watched that and who, if it's made you smile or if it's touched your heart, please, please, please go to our page and make a donation. You know, coronavirus has every nonprofit, I think, in the U.S. and internationally pretty concerned. You know, there's so much need and there's so much, only so many charitable dollars to go around. But we're hoping that some of you amazing people who are watching us tonight are going to be able to help to donate, to spread the word, and to help us keep moving forward so that we can provide the best care for the mamas and the kids. The next thing we're going to look at is a little bit of an interview with the mamas. But before we do that, if anyone has any questions that they think of now or during the course of this coming video, just go to that link, thesmallthings.org/join, and you can come backstage with us, and we can get ready to have you go out live and ask your questions or give your shout out to someone who is important to you. So let's go ahead and play our video interviewing the mamas and getting to hear in their own words what they love about their jobs, what's difficult, and how they've been handling during this current crisis.
Jina langu ninaitwa Rosina. Niko hapa TST kama mama mlezi wa watoto. Nitaongea kwa habari ya Vincent na Vanessa. Hawa watoto wamekuja kwa kweli wakiwa na hali mbaya sana. Walikuwa wadogo kiasi kwamba mimi mwenyewe nilikuwa ninaogopa hata kuwashika. Vincent alikuwa akilia, ninaogopa kabisa, nikamfananisha na mnyama fulani lakini sitasema. Tukawatunza vizuri, tukawapa matunzo mazuri sana na upendo. Wakawa na hali nzuri kiafya, wakaendelea vizuri kabisa. Lakini kwa sasa pia wanaendelea vizuri sana 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 kuliko mwanzo. Ninafurahi sana kwa sababu kwa sasa wana afya nzuri, wanacheza vizuri, na wenyewe pia kwa kweli wanajua kabisa kwamba wanapendwa. Kwa hiyo hata ile kupendwa inawafanya wanaendelea kuwa na afya nzuri na furaha. Na mimi pia ninafurahi sana kwa sababu wana afya nzuri na wanaendelea vizuri kwa kweli. Ninafurahi sana. Mwisho ninasema bye, asanteni sana kwa kunisikiliza.
Mimi ni Mama Ruti, nina mume mmoja na watoto 4. Mimi nafanya kazi Children Village. Pia nafanya nyumba ya watoto wadogo, nyumba ya 3. Pia tumekaa hapa miezi miwili kwa ajili ya hili janga la corona, kwa ajili ya kuangalia watoto, usalama wao na sisi pia. Pia tunamshukuru Beka maana anajali pia familia zetu.
Naitwa Mama Mary. Nyumba ya kwanza kwa wavulana, mama mlezi, nalea watoto. Napenda sana kazi yangu. Tuko hapa, tuna miezi miwili, ni mwezi wa 3. Hatujaenda nyumbani. Tuko hapa kwa ajili ya kulinda watoto, kwa ajili ya janga hili la corona, pia na kwa ajili ya sisi pia kwa usalama wetu. Na tuko hapa, hakuna mtu anayeingia hapa wala kutoka, na anayeingia amevaa barakoa. Pia tunaomba Mungu ili janga la corona liishe, ili tuendelee na shughuli zetu za kila siku.
Naitwa Mama Ino. Mimi nahudumia nyumba ya kwanza. Nyumba ya kwanza ina watoto wavulana. Napenda sana kuhudumia watoto wavulana kwa sababu mimi mwenyewe nahudumia watoto wavulana. Mimi mwenyewe na wavulana, nimejaliwa kuwa na wavulana 6. Mimi ni mama ambaye na watoto 6. Napenda sana kuwahudumia wavulana kwa sababu nina uzoefu wa kukaa na watoto wa kiume. Na tumekaa tukiwahudumia kwa muda, usiku na mchana tunawahudumia, wanakula wanakunywa. Na vile vile tunashukuru sana kwa huduma ambayo tunapata hapa. Huduma tunayoipata hapa ni nzuri zaidi. Na tunashukuru kwa sababu Beka ametujali sana na wafanyakazi wenzake wametujali sana. Tunashukuru sana. Na tunashukuru sana kwa sababu bado tunaendelea kukaa na usalama zaidi. Watoto hapa wako kwa usalama zaidi. Hapa hamna mtu kuingia wala mtu kutoka, kwa ajili ya usalama zaidi wa hao watoto.
Mimi naitwa Mama Queen, mama watoto 4 na wajukuu 3. Niko hapa Happy Family, nafanya kazi na watoto wa kike, mama nyumba ya pili. Ninawapenda sana na nawajali. Tunampenda Beka, anatujali, anatuangalia. Tunaendelea kumwombea Mungu aendelee kumpigania, ampe nguvu.
All right, I think at the very end there, she was saying for God to please give us strength, which is absolutely, I think, what we're all praying for right now. The next piece we're going to look at is a little message from our friend Sarah Guest from Spoon, who's visited us recently and who would like to talk a little bit about why she supports TST. And we'd love to have more of you coming in and telling us, coming online and telling us the same in a minute. So let's start with Sarah.
I'm supporting the small things for Mother's Day because I believe in mamas supporting mamas, for one thing. I also think that this is a great time to think about your family legacy of giving. Around Mother's Day, I always think about and honor my grandmother, who she was one of those people that looked out for other people. She was the person in town who everybody went to when they needed a little bit of extra support. And that is the kind of support that the Small Things gives to its community in Tanzania on a regular, daily, weekly basis. And so I'm giving in honor of my grandmother and also in honor of all the women who are working so hard right now to support their own families and other families in need.
Fantastic. I'm going to talk a little bit as well about my own grandmother and about where my passion for this work comes from. A lot of you know this story, but some of you don't. And then I'm hoping that some others will come and choose to share their inspirations as well. So my grandmother, Hilda Goldberg, was a Holocaust survivor, and much more than that. She's somebody who saved the lives of many, many children during the course of the war. She was like me. She loves kids, loves being around kids, loves spending time with kids. So I think from the time I was little, I had that in common with her. And I also knew from the time that I was little that really bad things can happen to you. And it's not, for no good reason, because of who you are or because you're in the wrong place. And whether you survive or not may come down to the kindness of somebody who has no real incentive to help you outside the goodness of their heart. So as she got older, she was in school. She was actually a classmate of Margot Frank, and was studying to become a nurse and working in a creche, a daycare center. This creche, after the Germans began occupying Holland, they were living in Amsterdam at the time. They got permission to bring children across the street. They were across the street from the Jewish theater where families were being rounded up prior to being taken on the trains to Auschwitz and the other concentration camps. So she was able to help smuggle out many, many, many children over a period of years in conjunction with the other people that she worked with. They would pass the babies in the middle of the night over the fence to the church next door, who would help bring them on to the next stage in the Underground Railroad, as it were. And I think all the time about the parents who had to make that decision, who had to choose, do I stay with my child knowing that it may mean that I can't take care of them, or it may mean a bad outcome for them, or do I give them up in the hope that that something better will happen. And I think that that's a choice that too many people in developing countries have faced, that the only way to get help for their child in many cases was to give them up. And that's something we're fighting really hard against, because if you can help the family, you can help the child, and have a better outcome for everyone. But in these cases, with people going to the concentration camps, getting the kids out was the best thing that they could do. So this was part of the creche and the center where she was working. She then joined the British Red Cross, and was working with them and helping smuggle children out of Nazi Europe into, I believe this picture was France, although she also helped with some transports of children to Israel. But generally was just working on accompanying these children and providing a presence and a security and a safety for them when they didn't have anyone. And then inside the camps, this photo isn't great quality, but it's such a great picture. That's her standing up, leading exercises for a group of children. This is inside Bergen Belsen concentration camp. So after the liberation, she was working there as a nurse and created a daycare center, a creche, an orphanage, really, for the children who had nowhere else to go. She talks about trading her liquor and cigarette rations for wood to make chairs for the babies and for the kids she was working with. So it's really amazing to see all of the things she did over those years, while having lost her own parents and while trying to survive and make a new life, for herself. And I think it just is a reminder that no matter what we're all going through, there's always room to be kind. There's always somebody who has it harder than us, and there's always reasons to look at the positive and to try and be one of the helpers, as Mr. Rogers would say. It didn't stop when she left the camps, and as she grew up, she spent the rest of her career creating daycare centers for low-income families across New Jersey, and has become quite well recognized for that work. And it's really quite amazing. She helped so many children before she died a few years ago. And her story is being carried on by her daughters. My Aunt Rita, in the middle, wrote a book about my grandmother, about Hilda, entitled Motherland. And both of her other daughters are in caring professions. One is an occupational therapist and one as a chaplain. And they're really taking forward, I feel like as a family, we're trying to take forward her passion and her message and her motivation, between Rita continuing to tell the story and those of us who are working in these fields. It's something that's really important to all of us, putting our money and putting our action where our mouths are. So I'm very grateful for having that support, especially from my own mama. So happy Mother's Day, Mom. Can't wait to have you back in Tanzania. Love you very, very much, and hope to see you very soon. Would anyone else like to come on now and join and give a little shout out to their mom or to someone in their life that's important? Just go to thesmallthings.org/join, and you will get to join us backstage, and then get to give your own little shout out to your mom, the person who helped raise you, whoever it is who you feel like you really want to honor and acknowledge today. Anyone want to join us?
Hi.
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
Good. First, I just wanted to thank everyone for joining, but I wanted to give a big shout out to my mom and my grandma. for this awesome holiday. You know, it's a great time, I think, where we can really recognize exactly how many sacrifices our mothers have made for us. You know, and we've heard your story, Becca, and we've heard Sarah's story as well. So I'm just really excited to listen and see kind of all these stories about the mamas at ST go public too. And I'm excited to see that a lot of our mamas are actually online watching right now too, which is awesome.
Yay. Hi, mamas.
Thanks so much.
Hope you're enjoying this. All right. Thanks, Sarah. That's great. All right. Do you have anyone else who wants to come on and give it a little shout out to either their mom or someone who's been important to them? I have a couple more if we're waiting a minute. One I think I mentioned briefly before, but my own children are adopted. And I think for all of us with adopted children, it's really, really crucial on Mother's Day, especially to think about, trying to do the best that we can to honor the memory and to give their children the life that they deserve. And to recognize the tragedy that adoption always entails. So thank you guys for coming and for helping us to celebrate all these different types of mothers. I'm going to go back into, if we don't have anyone else who's going to join, I'm going to go back into our slideshow and talk a little bit about how you can help today and how you can make a difference. Because really the truth is, like I said, we're doing our best. We're in a better position than some people, but it's tough and it's going to get tougher here. It's starting to spread exponentially through Tanzania. There's problems with the testing process. The mamas and kids are going to be there for a long time. And so we really could use your support to help to make that process easier for them. For instance, one of the things we really need are these care packages that we've put together for the mamas in our programs. So instead of any type of gift for themselves, they asked for rice, beans, cooking oil, sugar, sanitizer, and masks for their families. So please click through to thesmallthings.org/mamas, and you can purchase one of these, and it'll go straight to one of our mamas' families in need. We also have our kids' food baskets. I think every single parent I've spoken to has had the same observation, which is that God only knows how our children are eating 3 times as much as they used to, but somehow it seems to be happening to everyone. The mamas are saying all the time that they feel like all they do from morning to night is cook and cook and cook and cook. So during this normal time, normal times $30 a month is enough to cover a month of food for the Children's Village. But with all these extra meals and snacks and fruit and trying to keep everyone's vitamin intake as high as possible, keep their immunity high, $40 will fund a child's food basket for a month, and that means so much to us. Lauren, thank you. Lauren just donated for one of these baskets. We really, really appreciate that. One of the other major needs that we have is just looking at the salaries of our caretakers. Anybody who's going through unemployment or who has loved ones who are going through unemployment right now knows how important it is that during these difficult times we maintain a steady employment and steady support for our staff. So even the staff that aren't able to be at the Children's Village right now are being paid because we are able, it's really important to us that they continue to be able to care for their own families and continue to have that security. But that means for the mamas who are in the Children's Village, we're giving them a little bit of a boost each month to help just cover and recognize the incredible work that they're doing and just show how much we appreciate everything that they're doing. So with $125, you can fund a pay subsidy for one of these mamas, which would go so far for them. There are also mothers. We also have a lot of outreach families, mothers and grandmothers who are at risk and who are struggling, and who are not able, because of their economic situation, are largely not able to stay at home. We've been able to get most of them kitchen garden supplies so that they're able to get some fresh fruits and veggies at home. But we need donations. Right around $15 will provide masks, sanitizers, soap, and education for one family. And then for those that are still in need, we can also provide food supplements for those that are in need of extra protection and shielding because of their own health conditions. Empower a seamstress to make COVID masks. This is a huge one. We have an incredible woman, Mama Priska, who has been working so hard to create her own business, making different types of clothing and really providing everything that the community needs. And right now, the community really, really, really needs face masks. $200 will make more than 200 masks for our community, and we'll be able to get those both income to her and get them distributed throughout the community to make sure that everybody is protected, not just those who have extra money to throw around. One of the main people we've been relying on, and we really couldn't do the lockdown without, has been our incredible student teachers. So they work so hard. They come and work with us. They're young adults who have finished secondary school and can't afford to continue on their own. So we help them, and we offer an opportunity for a couple of these really smart young men and women every year to come and work with us. And they work supporting the children with their academics for 1 to 3 years. And for every year that they work for us, we'll cover a year of their higher education, of their tertiary education. So we've already started having some of our earliest student teachers graduating and coming back and beginning incredible careers. And I know that the student teachers we're working with now are going to do the same thing. Oliver, who you can see in this picture helping, I think that's Nathan, would like to be a human rights lawyer, specifically working on gender violence and gender issues. And she's going to be a spectacular one. So if you can help funding their salary so that we can keep, using them now, and then again, we cover their school expenses later on, we would be so grateful. And it'll be such a great long-term investment, not just for the student teachers, but also for our children to have these wonderful role models around them. Storm damage. I know this is no fun, and it's just been a constant refrain this past year has been rain and rain and rain and more rain. We had a partially collapsed wall at a back pathway. We have a couple of spots that need repairs. The retaining wall that we saw in the tour cost about $500 to put back up, as well as the collapsed pieces that you can see there. So there's quite a lot of need, and we would be very, very, very grateful for your support in making sure that we can repair before the rainy season makes it any worse, because it apparently is never going to end again. Just be rainy season forever in Tanzania. That's fine, no problem. It'll be fine. Here's another great fund to need item. It's really inexpensive, and it has a really direct, really impactful impact, a really strong impact on these incredible young adults. Normally we have over 175 children attending our weekly tutoring sessions. They're free, they are not advertised, There's no advantage really to anyone to going there except that people just want to learn. Kids here are desperate to learn. And we would really love your support. With $10, we can get review books for each of our outreach children so that they can keep studying and stay sharp during coronavirus, which again, we don't know what the curve is going to look like here. It's going to be a while before the crisis is over. All right, those are our current funded needs. We have some more on the website for other amounts, depending on what you're looking at, but we would be so grateful if you would look through and see if any of these items, even, you know, $10 here, $15 there, it goes so far here and will make such a big difference for the children and the families we work with. So thank you for considering it and doing it in honor of your mom. I'm sure you have someone who would be very, very proud to know that you bought this for them. So think about it. Okay, do we have any other last chance for shout outs now? If we want to have anyone else come on, any of our Tanzanian team want to come on and say hi and give a shout out to their families or to any of the mamas that they work with. If you do, just join thesmallthings.org/join. Otherwise, we will keep going for now. So I want to talk to you next about a couple of really amazing partners that we have. And as some of you may know, we're moving towards away from just the responsive work, the work where we're dealing with the immediate needs of children, and moving towards a more proactive coalition model that works with different organizations across Tanzania to implement best practices and to encourage cooperation and work between different organizations across the country. And so I want to introduce you to a couple of our partners that we've been working with lately, both Happy Family Organics and the Spoon Foundation, both out of the US, would like to share a little bit about their work and our work together.
Hi there, from my home workspace in Portland. I'm working on creating additional resources for our distance learning library that's available for our trainers and caregivers all over the world. This includes some expanded visual aids and instructions to safely feed children with disabilities.
Hello everyone, I'm Vicky from The Small Things. I'm grateful for getting the opportunity to start the food and nutrition program. From this program, I've been able to learn on how to assess a child growth and generate recommendation. Also, I've been able to learn on how to add nutritional values to meals to help in child development and growth. And also, I've learned on how to correctly measure a child growth and development. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Peter, a pediatrician practicing and residing in Arusha region in Tanzania. As we celebrate our mothers across the world as our primary caretakers, I would like to give my special thanks to the Spoon Foundation for allowing me a chance as a healthcare practitioner to take part in their online and virtual training and partnership. It has been a very good learning platform for me, especially learning about the inclusion of children with disabilities and the most vulnerable in childcare facilities, a group most likely downlooked and less intervened in our everyday healthcare practices. As we all know, in the context of healthy, nutritional interventions play a very big role in child healthy growth and development. I feel very honored and privileged to be part of the Spoon team, working to create change in the areas of child nutritional and development. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Charles from Tanzania, working with the Small Things organization. I've been participating to the training facilitated by Spoon Foundation and realized that the training topics which cover areas like mealtime assessments, growth assessments, and anemia assessments, they are very systematic. And I am very sure after this training, as the organization, we will be in a good position to make sure we are going to serve the entire population, including our residential kids, towards the improving nutritional and safe feeding. Thank you so much for listening.
Hello everyone. Right now, I'm focused on expanding Spoon's best nutrition practices to children living outside of family care. I'm also working on developing online courses to add to our distance learning library. What's wonderful about the systems we've built is that we can make these online courses available to our master trainers as soon as each one is completed.
Great. All right, that was from Spoon, and we're going to have a quick little video from Happy Family. So we've been working, Spoon and TST both have been sponsored by Happy Family, which is an incredible organic baby food company run by a woman who is half Tanzanian and who has sponsored the construction of Children's Village first phase in honor of her father, Amir Vizram. For which we are profoundly, profoundly grateful. Here's a little bit more about what Happy Family is doing for moms in New York and across the world.
This is the Happy Baby Truck.
It's been 15 years since we started with a big dream.
He's trying to eat it in his mouth.
Vision and passion fueled our humble beginnings. Changing the way we feed our children has taken us from a few friends to a whole family. From pioneers of the first enlightened organic baby food to inspiring a better way to nourish our children.
We've housed, educated, and fed millions of families in need.
We've elevated nutrition, given moms and dads somewhere to turn, no matter the time, day, or place.
And helped organic farmers like Dylan, Pete, and Eduardo.
We've cleaned up waterways, turning plastic into petrol.
We've toiled, fought, tasted, and endlessly tested to change the world by changing nutrition.
We've worked long and hard,
early, late,
been east and west,
and everywhere in between.
But at the end of the day, the only thing that ever matters is this.
Fantastic. We're so grateful to Happy Family for all their support. I think somebody else is going to come in and talk live now. Is that right? Yeah.
Here, finally.
Hi, Mama.
Hi, I am Momma Becca, which is my main claim to fame today. So proud of her. So great to see you. I wish we could be together. I wear a couple of other hats with TST. I'm the secretary of the board and the chair of the fundraising development committee. So I just want to put out a plea to continue to help TST, especially at this time. Every dollar that you give matters, you know, great if you can give a big donation. If not, give a small one. It doesn't matter. We're trying to just get as many people to support TST as we can. These are extraordinary times, and these children and families depend on every penny that is given from the U.S. So I just want to say that. Just want to say, love you, Becca. Proud of you. Happy Mother's Day.
Mama.
Happy Mother's Day to you too.
Thank you, guys. All right, we're going to wrap up with a pretty amazing little clip again from the mamas, just giving a little sense of what life in Happy Family Children's Village is like. This is a great opportunity to use to go watch in one tab and go into another tab to the link and donate. Can we get that? Let's get that video airing right now.
Sina tamani nikae
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We are so grateful for your support and for joining us. Just as a little update, we're gonna, most of the money that's been raised so far through the campaign was through our coronavirus emergency appeal a little while ago. That was where we were able to put in the water, the rainwater collection tank, which has been a huge help already. When the rest of the village is out of water, the only place with it is Happy Family Children's Village. They got the cleanest hands in town. But we need more support, because the truth is this is a really rough time for nonprofits. I was meant to be doing a bunch of speaking engagements right now. So we just, anything that you can give to the Mama's Day celebration and campaign will be so greatly appreciated. We'll be continuing to collect donations through the end of, I believe, through the end of June at this point, while we continue the General Connection campaign. So thank you so much for connecting with us tonight. If anyone has any questions about things going on in the Children's Village, if you have questions about things you saw or how money is used or anything else, let us know. If you'd like to, you're welcome to hop on now or send us messages, and we can incorporate your questions into our next live event. We have one coming up in, I believe, 2 weeks. And then we have a memorial event in honor of my father at the end of the month. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone, for coming. We really, really appreciate it. From me and from all of the kids, we're profoundly grateful, and happy Mother's Day. Hope you have a great one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ante. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Asante.
Thank you. How do I say? Thank you.
Sekuleko, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Azabu.